Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Visual Impression. On today's episode, we will discuss about noise reduction of images while capturing with high ISO. If you are a DSLR user, you must have gone through situations like capturing images in low light condition. When to get the image in proper exposure, you had to bump up the ISO to 3200 or even more. By doing that, you must observe your images are looking grainy. That means a lot of small sand-like dots appearing on your image, which not only decreases the sharpness of the image, but also you will lose smooth background. It becomes noisy. Whichever camera you use with high ISO, you will definitely get more or less noise. And to reduce that, this episode will be helpful for you. So I prefer watch this episode till the end of the video and get maximum takeaways from here. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So today I have selected these 6 images to review and work with noise reduction. These images I have captured in different scenarios like evening conditions and low light situations. So these all images are captured using Nikon D500 and 200 to 500 mm lens. So let's see the first image. Okay, this one is a Untitled Chapter, and this one I captured during sunset time around 5 to 5:30, and the light condition was little low, so I tried to bump up the ISO till 3200 and I captured this image. This image looks good when you see it at its natural state, but when I try to zoom it, see this image, due to captured with 3200 ISO, lots of grains, lots of noise is appearing, as well as the sharpness of the birds feathers and all, it is decreasing a lot. So these images, it may look good in its natural resolution if you try to crop it to have a good frame, or if you want to print it, or you are sending your images to any kind of your competitions and all, or you are selling your images. So these images will be means disqualified or rejected at that instant, because it is having a lot of grains and the image is not sharp enough. So this happens while you are capturing with very high ISO, and you need to get rid of this ISO so that this image looks better. And suppose you went to a place very far from your location, and you captured a very good moment or any rare animal or wildlife, a moment which you have never seen, and you want to keep it and share with everyone. But when you at the end of the day see this kind of noise and this image is not that clear, then it will hurt you. No, so the objective is to make it clean and clear and crisp, and the background should be very clear and smooth. So in that situation, the noise means the reduction of noise is most important. Okay, let's see the next image. Here we have this beautiful image. Also, this is captured with 3200 ISO, and this looks good on this state, but if you again zoom in, you can see a lot of noise at the background, and over the subject you can see the details are missing on this subject. So yeah, this is the situation. And here we have a brown winged kingfisher, and you can see it is a good picture. It just caught a fish, and we have this image captured at a wildlife sanctuary, and that time light was little low, and I tried to capture it with 2500 ISO, and here you can see also a lot of noise at the background and over the subject as well. So let's go to the next image. This image is an interesting image. Actually, I captured good images of spotted deer at that wildlife sanctuary, but When I was returning to my home, I saw this one sitting here, and the light condition was very low that time. It's almost dark, so I bumped up my ISO to 5000 to see how my camera D500 doing with this amount of ISO. The image came good, but if you see while zooming it, you can see a lot of noise, and the subject is completely covered with grains and the details are missing, and also these grasses and everything you see on the surface is covered with a lot of grains, so this is the result with 5000 ISO. And I never prefer to go that extent of ISO while capturing an image, but yes, if the situation is like this and you need to capture something you have seen, so you need to bump up the ISO, and if you know the way how to denoise it, then it will be a good image at the end of the day. So let's see the next image. Here this image is captured in the evening time as well, so I bumped up the ISO to 3200. This image looks good, and when you zoom in you can see lots of grains on the leaves and on the body as well. You can see this noise, so it is reducing the sharpness and quality of the image. And the last image, it is Rufus woodpecker I captured in a jungle, and inside the jungle when you are capturing images, there will be a condition when you have to bump up the ISO anyway, because light will be less inside the jungle, and you have to find a way to get a good image. And here this technology, the technique of reducing the noise, will be helpful for you when you know the tricks. So this image looks good, and when you zoom in you can see lots of noise on the subject and on the background as well. It is reducing the details. So these are the images. Today we will touch and see how we can reduce the noises. And the first trick I wanna show you is through Lightroom, and I use Lightroom to edit and post processing the images. So first we will go to Lightroom, and I'm using Lightroom Classic. Here we will import the selected images, and we will see how this looks in Lightroom. So here are the images. All right, okay, so let's first see this one, this beautiful bird. Now you can see a lot of noise on it, and while editing I do not do a lot of strong edits. I just simply maximize or minimize the shadow a little bit, so that here we can maximize a shadow little bit, so that the bird will be having a good exposure on the shadow areas and the blacks. I wanna try to reduce it a little bit, and the highlight we can reduce the no, the highlight is in good position. And clarity, the clarity, if you increase this one again you are getting more noise, so I will not touch this one. DH, yeah, we can do a little bit DH. Vibrance is good, I don't see anything to increase the vibrance here. Okay, so the let's come to the fun part. Here we have a section for noise reduction on our Lightroom. Okay, so here what I'll do is I will increase the luminance. If you increase the luminance, you can see if I go until 80, wow, you can see lots of noise are removed. Let me reduce it and I will show you. See, these are the noise, and by clicking on the luminance I'm increasing it to 80%. Sorry, yeah, now the noise is gone. This image, if you see 100% view, you will notice no changes, no difference. But when you zoom in, you will see the noise is gone. Along with that, the sharpness is also gone. The bird is not looking natural. Everything is now soft. The tree, the structure of the tree, the feathers and all, everything is now soft. So it looks unnatural. To make it little bit natural, what we will do, we will increase the details from 50 towards, let's take it to 100%. Okay, now you are seeing a little bit textures, the structures are coming up little bit, and we can increase the contrast a little bit so that it will look more natural, and just increase the color a little bit and the color details, and decrease the smoothness little bit so that you will see the, now this is looking little bit natural. Okay, but the background, it is losing is its quality, and still it is looking little bit softer, and the textures of the branches, this tree are also looking not that crisp and sharp. These all are looking smooth. But when you have this Lightroom, this tool and this noise reduction, you will get a chance to reduce the noises a lot by doing this method, but yes, you will lose a little bit of sharpness. Okay, now what we will do, we will make it as usual the normal, and we will find another way to solve this. What I'll do, I'll use the tool what I recently purchased, the DXO Pure RAW. So this DXO Pure RAW, it is a very good tool I found on the internet, and there are so many competitors as well, like we have Topaz Denoise. So these are the new tools with algorithms and artificial intelligence. So these tool, what they do, they go to this image and they will reduce the noise, but it will maintain the sharpness of the subject, and it will improve the sharpness whenever it is required, maximize the sharpness whenever it is required without losing the quality of the image. It will decrease the noise. So I have downloaded that application and installed. There are two ways how we can denoise through that software. One is through Lightroom. If you go to Lightroom and there are plugins extra, here you can process with DXO Pure RAW, or you can drag your raw image directly to the DXO Pure RAW application. And also, if you open the DXO Pure RAW, let me open it for you. Also, here you can add the raw files to process. Okay, so there are three options when you can use this DXO Pure RAW to edit your image. So what it will do is, it will just get the image and denoise it, and it will save it on a folder whichever you selected. But that is also a raw file without noise. It will do nothing else, only decrease the noise and save the raw file, and again you can take that raw file to your Lightroom and you can edit as per your requirement. So it is very easy, and this application is very powerful and effective. We will see in this episode. If you click on this raw file, it will give you the location, ask you the location where the image is stored, and I will open this file here. And if it is unchecked, this process photo will not work. You have to click on it, and you can see the NEF file, means the raw file. As I told you, whenever you are capturing images of wildlife and any important subject, so capture with raw, so that DXO Pure RAW can use it to process it. It only processes raw images, JPEG images it will not process. So let's process the photo. While processing the photo, it will give you this kind of pop-up box where it is written raw processing, means what are the methods you use. High quality is a good standard of method, and prime is better, and deep prime is the best. This pure raw Pure RAW is using deep prime technology to reduce the noise from the images. So it is the best option till now. So we never use high quality or prime, we use deep prime, and it is by default selected. So the format what you want, it is having JPEG and DNG. DNG is the raw version of Pure RAW. So DNG we always choose. If you choose JPEG, it will reduce the image quality and it will give you the image of 7.2 MB. But if you use DNG, the actual file size will be 58 MB to 95 MB. The file size will be larger, but you will get a better image with raw format, which further you can process or edit with any other application or tool like Photoshop or Lightroom. And the destination folder, whatever you will choose, the option is DXO folder in the original image or the custom folder. For now I will select the custom folder and I will choose this one as the folder where I will put the processed image so that we can see the comparison of both. So I will click it and process. So it will start the process based on your speed of your laptop or computer. It will take time, but it will not take a lot of time. And here the processing is going on. Yes, the processing is ready. Now it is asking where to export, and you will give the option. As we are using Lightroom Classic, I give the option to Lightroom Classic and I press export. Yeah, here we have the images. So I'll click both of them and press compare, and this will be the first image will be the DXO D prime. It is written here. That means this image is the processed one, and at the right hand side here we have the original image, and it has the most of the noise. So let's zoom it and we will see the difference here. Okay, you just see how this DXO Pure RAW is capable enough to remove the noise from the background, and here you can see the comparison without losing the quality of the image. Here you can see this is the image. You see the eye, it is sharp enough, the feathers are sharp enough, the bill is sharp enough, and if we go down here you can see the feather difference of the feather. Here you can see a very noisy image, where you can see this image very crisp and clear. Also, if I go to the branches of the tree, this one also you can see it is a very sharp image without losing quality, but it reduces the noise at the most. So this is the difference between two images with or without DXO Pure RAW. But if you use the method what I shown you earlier by developing the image through noise reduction here with this tool, it may give you a image without noise, but again it will lose the clarity, means the sharpness of this subject will also be reduced. So I feel DXO Pure RAW is a great tool, and it will save your image. It will give you a better image which you captured with high ISO. I think it can be a game changer. Alright, so on the same method I have updated the other images as well. So let's look at it one by one. So let's look at this beautiful spotted deer. So this is the original image. It is having a lot of noise on it. If you see with 3200 ISO, a lot of noise on the leaves, and on the details is missing, and it is having a lot of noise. So I have denoised it using DXO Pure RAW 2, and this is the image which is again refined, and the noise are less. So let's see both of the images side by side and see how this worked. Okay, so here are the images. Now you can see the first image here. It is processed with deep prime. Here you can see, and if you click on the second image, this is the original image. At the first glance you can notice the lot of detail it maximized on this spotted deer. Here you can see the body, the structures and sharpness is completely missing on the actual image, which bumped up and maximized on the DXO Pure RAW using artificial intelligence algorithms like deep prime, they are saying it. And also if I go to the leaf section, on this area you can see, on this area you can see the leaves and all, it was not that amount of clear, and now you can see the leaf is looking very crisp and clear in comparison to the actual one. So here this DXO denoising tool which worked very well, and this image started looking very nice. You can see the details of the spotted deer, the spots of white spots and other elements are looking very crisp and clear. You can see everything is clear now. You can see the hair here, it is looking very sharp, and here it is looking so soft. Let's go back to other images. As I was saying earlier, this image was captured with 5000 ISO, and this one is the original image. So you can see a lot of noise on it, and I used the tool to denoise. So let's see this one as well side by side and see, compare both the images. Okay, on the first glance you notice this is the image with lots of noise, so this one is the original one, and this image where I used the DXO denoise tool to reduce the noise, and you can see the results very clearly. This image has a lot less noise in comparison with the original one. Along with that, the details of the subject, the spotted deer, you can see this ear, it is so crisp and clear in comparison to the original one. The eyes and the face, everything you can see clear. And here you can see the grasses and all, it was looking very dirty, very muddy, or very soft, it was not clear enough. But here now you can see these things are coming up very nicely. You see this flower, compare this both, this comparison is very clear. You do not have to take a deep look on a first glance, also you notice the difference. See these grasses, how deeply it enhanced the image, along with means decreasing the noise on it. So this is actually a game changer, what I can say. I will also like to know your thoughts on it. If you are still with me watching this video, you can type your thought, your feedback on your comment box, if this software is actually looking working good or not, or you have better options, better solutions, or another tool which can denoise these kind of situations more or better than DXO Pure RAW. You can put all your thoughts on the comment box. Okay, so let's go to the next image. Okay, this is the kingfisher which catching fish. It was also captured with 2500 ISO. So let's select both the images, pressing C, we can see the comparison of both the images now. So I just wanted to know your thought on it. Which one should be the original and which one should be the denoised one? So clearly the left hand side image is the original one. It is written here 2842 NEF, that means raw, and when you click on this NEF DXO deep prime DNG. So this is a clear comparison of denoising, how betterly, how quickly it do the thing which you may lose while doing it manually using the developed tool on the Lightroom or any other applications. But it worked very well, and the quality is actually not decreasing, it increasing. The sharpness is increasing, the quality is increasing, but the noise is decreasing. The only thing we need to decrease is the noise, and that's what this application does. So here you can see this kingfisher, the its bill is not so sharp, it was very much noisy, and here you can see very sharp bill. Along with the eye you can see it is little bit dusty and it is not sharp enough, but here you can see everything crisp, clear and sharp. You can see the branch here, a lot of noise. Here it is doesn't have any noise. The background you can see it is completely grainy, but here this background is very smooth and clear. So yeah, everything on this image, it revamped the images a very innovative way so that it will look very good, and you will not lose any detail at all. So let's go back to the next image where we can find out the last one. Okay, so here let's compare this image with both of them. Okay, this one is the original one. Okay, let's see the image. Okay, here. Okay, these eyes and these other sections of his head, the hair and all, everything you see here, it is now crisp and clear. You will see no noise or very less noise. It reduces the noise along with keeping the sharpness intact. So these are the 6 images I have chosen to show you guys how this DXO Pure RAW Mark 2 or version 2, whatever you say, work very well to reduce the noise without wasting the sharpness or quality of the image. So you guys go ahead and try this application, download it, and sharpen your image, denoise your image, and if you like you can share those images with me. We can review it on my next video, or if you like to share your thoughts or comments or feedback about this application or about this video, you are very much welcome. I would like to hear your thoughts on it, and please let me know how this episode was, and was it helpful or not helpful. Also share with your friends and family who are into photography, and they do not know about how to denoise the images, and they are looking for something like this interesting. So yeah, this is the episode for about denoising the images. So I'm expecting your thoughts and feedback. Please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed yet, and looking forward for more interesting videos. Also you guys stay tuned to learn new things with me. Thank you all.